Hey, great day to y'all. I hope that you guys all were able to wake up super grateful to be alive again another day in this experience. And I hope you set that high vibe for yourself. And I hope that, you guys are getting the most out of your experience, no matter what. And I'm super grateful that we wake up a brand new person every day. Literally. Yesterday was walking hell for me. I ended up with food poisoning. You see, the night before, I had gone to bed and my stomach was upset. There was something that I had eaten and I didn't feel very right. And I said to myself, you know what? It'll pass. It'll pass. And I went to sleep. Oh, wow. I woke up yesterday morning, walked the dog, hopped online quick, and literally felt like I was going to die for the rest of the day. I was so sick to the point that I was actually vomiting blood yesterday. That's how, it just kept going and going. So I'm super grateful to wake up this morning and feel like $1,000,000 again. Because, whoa, yesterday was, quite a ride, I tell you. That's why I'm super grateful that we wake up every day a brand new person. But when I woke up this morning and I saw the time, because I had been sick all day yesterday and in bed literally all day, I was like, 5 o'clock? Don't tell me it's 5 o'clock at night and I haven't, But it was actually 5 o'clock this morning, so I was like, yes. Good stuff. Guys, there's a lot of stuff that I've been putting out on TikTok, and there's a lot of stuff that I've been putting out other platforms that I want you guys to go and check out. Seriously, And today there's an episode of Love It or Shove It. The link is there. I put it on the description. There's 2 links. You got the link for the Breakthrough Summit coming up on the 22nd. And you have the link for today's Love It or Shove It. And today we're going to be talking about how childhood experiences affect our adulthood relationships. And that's, that's a real topic. Because honestly, that's a real factor. Really big time it is. And we don't think so, but yeah, we've got a lot of things that trigger emotions within us that don't even have to do with our day-to-day right now. And that's got a lot to do with that new book that I put out, the ebook. Anybody who takes the time? Well, actually, I sent my new book to somebody who I linked up with on TikTok. And he dove into it. And yesterday when I was sick and I wasn't online, let me tell you, he was reaching out to me. He could not believe the book. And he told me, he said, you have me studying. Well, hey, anybody who really wants to feel better, there are resources to do it. And I'm really, really proud because I sent him the book by email. And literally, he's already posting videos about it. Yeah. So anybody who's really interested in getting the most out of their experience, especially, it's funny because I wanted to do Alpha E-Mind Mastery for men specifically. But everybody needs it. And the reason why I wanted to target men is because I want men to feel like real men again and be able to function as real men in their total power. Women shouldn't have to be the forerunners of change. Women, like, the way I see it, if I only had a man next to me that was of the same magnitude as I am, holy fuck, I'm taking over the world. Literally. So I really wanted to empower men, especially after the relationship I just got out of. Big time. Big time. Men need the support. Men need the knowing and the allowance to feel what they feel. You know, it's as simple as that. Women do too, but women, we always feel like we're known to be emotional creatures. Well, men have emotions too. And I wanted to really target, like I was saying before, men for my Alpha E-Mind Mastery. But no, it's for everybody and anybody. But literally, like I said, I sent my most recent book to a gentleman in Hamilton. And he's already given me feedback. He said it blows his mind. Totally. So if I can get that response already from somebody, I'm really anxious to see and excited to see after people really get their hands on my new book. Yeah, I'm all about infusing the change and empowering people. You see, this is the thing. I don't want people to change, eh? I love people for who they are because everybody brings something unique to the table. But I want people to feel confident. I want people to be able to freely express themselves, really be able to recognize what it is that they're feeling within. Because if you don't recognize what's going on within you, you're automatically going to respond in anger. You're going to get angry. And anger and hatred causes cancer. Okay? Everybody thinks, oh, it's the microwaves, it's this, it's that, it's that. No, it's your emotions that you carry and store within your body that cause sickness. Literally. And, you know, people may think, oh, well, that doesn't bother me. Yeah, but if it happened to you 10 years ago and you never dealt with it, and you just piled it up and put it in the back of your brain, well, guess what? That shit will cause cancer. Literally. So that's why I want people to get the most out of their experience and be empowered within their own self. And realize that it's not even the situations or circumstances or what they have to live that's really affecting them, that it's their own thoughts about it and what they perceive and what they, you know, if the universe is always working in your favor, which it is, then any circumstance or situation that you have to live is meant for you to live. And I'll remind you guys all again this morning about another universal law that no matter what experience you're living, should you be assessing that situation alone and in no comparison to anything else, there is no good or bad. So you only come up with your own justification or labels of these situations or circumstances that you got to live as being either good or bad according to your own judgment and your thoughts about it. You got to be open to everything, no matter what it is, no matter how it makes you feel. You can't block yourself from learning, because if you do, it's going to hinder your growth as an individual. The more you can work through, the more you can get through, the more that you can live and experience is the more that you can handle. Literally. And I want everybody to be able to handle whatever it is they got to live. Because there's such a magnitude of different experiences that you have to live. But you got to embrace them all. And you can't shy away from any of them. You know, and advanced levels of emotional mastery literally is once you've mastered your emotions, you actually go out and put yourself in uncomfortable situations. Yeah. So that's an advanced level of mastery, you know. And when I think about that, well, shit, I've been doing that for years. Intentionally. Push myself, go out there, do things, Toby, that you wouldn't normally do. You got to live it. And I do. I do. I don't shy away from any experience. There are some things that I will avoid completely. But I'm that, like, you know, like I'm being told to give an example of something that I would avoid. Okay. So, me knowing that a certain individual would be condescending or not open or very closed off, well, then I would avoid having a conversation with this individual because I'm the wrong person for them to talk to. It's not that, it's more so the effects of how it would be on somebody else and not me. Man, I'm at a level where it's called bring it the fuck on. No matter what it is, who it is, whatever the situation is, I know, hey, look, with the life magnitude that I've already lived, hey, I've done it all. I've done it all. Like, when I think about what do I have left yet to experience, I'm not too sure about that because I think I've lived it all. But that also gives me all the tools and all the learning and all of the know-how to handle any circumstance or situation that I'm living or put in or whatever, And it doesn't matter what I have to live because I realize also that it's only my thoughts about it all that truly affect me. Because you can live no matter what. And if you are not sitting there in a rat race in your own mind, you're fine. You're fine. But we all get stuck in these, why me? Or why couldn't it have been this way? Or, well, what if? Or forget all the what ifs, should haves, could haves, all of that shit. It doesn't exist. The only place that exists is in your own mind. It is what it is. You learn from it and on to the next lesson. Seriously. And it's funny because, I'll say it too. Even living with my ex, I told him, I said, all you are is the biggest life lesson for me. And he was. Literally. We learn from people, And every learning is good. Every learning is good. But also, hey, you got to use every learning to your advantage and not your disadvantage. And that, again, is your choice alone. Because like I said, up until today, I have zero regrets. Zero. Nothing. I am so joyous just to be alive again another day that I'm ready for whatever the day may bring. No matter what it is. I'm cool. I'm ready. Let's have a great day. Okay? I have zero regrets. There's not an interaction, a circumstance, a scenario, a person that I ever regret in my life up until now. Because every single situation, circumstance, scenario, person, place, thing has taught me so much. What's the learning? Well, it taught me about me. And that's the key to everything. You got to master yourself. Knowing yourself is the best knowing that you could have. And that's why I literally push people to learn about themselves. Self-development. I think that's the best thing that you could ever learn about is you and how to be in your full power and get the most out of your experience. Literally. It's crazy? I went out on TikTok and I pulled some tarot cards the other day because I was feeling to do that. And I never do that, but I pulled some tarot cards. Quite a show, I tell you. But yes, guys, I'm going to get back into my tarot. Open up a new stream of revenue. Hey, why not? Right? So, let me just put it out there too, guys. If you want tarot readings, I am down to do them. Literally. And if you want to see what happened with my tarot pull on TikTok the other day, go check it out. I think I got over 2,000 views or 3,000 views or something. Yeah, it was quite something. And it was funny because at that moment, I was just called, Tobi, you got to get your cards and you got to go and give a message. And I'm like, what message? What is this that you're trying to do? And I was just told, just do it. I said, okay. So I pulled out my tarot cards and I went on to TikTok and I did a video. And it was, I had to pull cards for somebody. And I didn't know who it was, but I was told to do it. So I did it. And yeah, the message was clear as day. Clear as day. So, you know, in doing that, I went to go put my cards away. And I was told, oh, you're not done yet. There's 2 more messages you need to get out. Okay, no problem. And I did it. But when I see the response of it and what happened out of it, I need to get back into my cards. Literally. Because people trust what they see more than what they hear, apparently. So, okay, no problem. If people want to trust tarot cards more than they trust me, cool. No problem. I'll use my tarot to give some answers then. Guys, I'll be opening up a line of, how'd you say it? Back into tarot, doing readings. Why not? I've been doing tarot since I was 19. I don't even need my cards at this point. Literally, I can sit with somebody in their energy and I can literally read them. Like how you do a body scan on yourself, I can do a body scan on somebody else. I can tell them exactly what their problem is. I can tell them exactly what's going on with them. Even to the point where, look, I did it for a woman. She needed back surgery, so they had convinced her. She was on all kinds of fucked up drugs and all kinds of shit. She was walking around like a zombie. No. It was my influence. I got her off the meds. And she no longer needed a back surgery. Okay? Because it wasn't even her back. It was her feet. I knew that. Well, you know, I have been not using my gifts to their fullest capacity. I've realized that lately. Because I can do a lot more good for the world with my gifts than I actually do. Like I come out here and do these lives and extend love to everybody and extend my life force to all of you guys and try to open up your minds a little and, but I know what I can do. And I haven't been using my gifts to their fullest capacity. But also, too, that's why people are scared to come around me. Because they know that I can read right through it. So, people who are used to making excuses for themselves, lying to themselves and others, I'm like fucking walking karma for them. Because none of that can I accept. And the minute something rolls off of somebody's tongue, and if it's poisonous lies, boop, I know. I feel that shit coming right away. Anyway, that's why people say that I'm hard to deal with. No, I'm not hard to deal with. I'm hard to be lied to. I'm hard to be manipulated. I'm hard to pull the wool over my eyes. And it's crazy, because how in tune I am, it's to the point where I can walk away from somebody and I already know what they're thinking as I walk away. I feel the impressions that I make on people. I feel, hey, you know why? Well, I think it has to do with the 7 near-death experiences I've had. Well, so they're called, because I know I've died a couple of times. Seriously. And every time that happens to you, you get more tapped into spirit. Well, I've also been spiritually Kundalini awakened, which was by my own doing also. when I did the deep dive into what's possible for the human being and realized that we have the same spiritual that I was being tapped into all the time, because I've had a high intuition for a very, very long time, all my life. Well, when I realized that that force is within us, but we have been blocked from it for the full capacities, and I learned the chakras, and I learned all about all of our spinning wheels of energy, and I learned, and I said, you know something? I want to be in full power. You're telling me I feel all of this and my life is all over the place because I'm not in my full power? I want my full power. How do I do it? Well, I researched and I researched and I researched. And then I realized, holy shit, we can ignite our own life force within us. And this is after all of the near-death experiences I had and everything I've had to live. And okay? Literally. Well, guys, if I can do it, you can. I'm no different than anybody. And everybody could sit there and say, oh, well, because I've done this or I've done that. Sit there and shame and blame themselves and all that shit. Nah, man. Listen, there's nothing that you've done that I haven't done probably. Literally. So if I can do it, you can do it. And we all have this life force within us. But it's either working for us or you working against it. Because no matter what you choose for yourself, your life force is going to fuel it. So if you choose to be a negative person, your life force is fueling that. Literally. You see, and I was a very negative person. I hated the world. I hated my experience. I hated my gifts. I hated that I couldn't feel like anybody could relate to me. I hated the fact that I was seeing so much that nobody else saw. I've always felt things differently. Okay? But I've also seen things on a way different, bigger magnitude than many. So, but you gotta just decide. It's a simple choice. And it doesn't matter who you've lived up to be up until yesterday or even this morning. You can, by choice, change all of that. Because if you choose to be a negative person, it's killing you. How do I know? Because being that negative person, seeing things so negatively, thinking negatively, speaking negatively, and doing negative in this world has nearly taken me out. How many times over? That's why I got to the point of death. So this is why I know first-handedly. Why do I know it was negativity? Well, because when I was when I was laying in intensive care, not even having the strength to lift my own arm, holes all over my body leaching poison, my organs shut down. Well, they came and they cut chunks out of my legs with no anesthetic and sent chunks of my legs across Canada for tests. Well, guess what those tests told them? Nothing. They could not figure out what was doing it to me. They thought it was drugs. They thought it was booze. They thought it was a list of all things. And I told them that it's got nothing to do with drugs. It's got nothing to do with booze. It's got nothing to do with my lifestyle. They didn't believe me. They really didn't. Nobody did. But I know what did it to me. It was the negativity and all of the stored emotions and the whole negative. I hated myself and I hated my life. Okay? And that's what did it to me. So this is why I come out here and I talk about this. Because I was that person that drove herself to fucking death from the hatred that I held in my own heart. For myself, for the world, and for the experience. Okay? being as gifted and as highly energetic as I am, well, I had to live it to learn it, just like we all do. Okay? And then after I came out of intensive care, I was pushed right back into the same situation that put me in ICU to begin with. Okay? Even that. Do you know that I was sent home from intensive care because it was too dangerous for me to go into another ward of the hospital? So usually from intensive care, you go into another ward to heal and to go home. Not me. I left intensive care after 30 days and was sent directly home with holes all over my body. With no home care, with no support, no nothing. Here, figure it out. Wow. I'm glad to say that now I have. And that's why I'd like to help everybody, get through it too. And I think that was my biggest changing point in my life, was that intensive care visit. Yeah, I came out of there and the trees looked different. That's how I knew I had died. Because nothing looked the same. Nothing was the same after that moment. And you know what? It's funny because my night in ICU, when they told me I was going to die and they gave me 16 hours to live, apparently the microbiologist was alerted in the middle of the night because I was in a comatose state. I was in a paralytic state. I was not there. I was not answering anybody. But according to them, I was sitting up in this intensive care isolation bed, hanging onto the rails, screaming, "I'm not going, I'm not going, I'm not going." But in my head, that wasn't even possible because I couldn't even raise my arm. So how was that possible? But they told me about it. So, guys, what I encourage you guys to do for your own being is make some simple choices. Become self-aware. Don't be a negative person by choice. It doesn't matter what you've had to live or experience or whatever. It doesn't matter. Be the best person that you can be for you. Because you're going to feel better. You know that when we have negative ideas and negative thoughts and negative speech, we just don't feel good. We don't. It's impossible for you to feel good if you are being negative. And if you've been a negative person for a very long time, well, then you really don't know what it feels like to feel good. Well, I'll tell you something. I had forgotten what it felt like to feel good too. A long, long time ago. My life was never something good. Okay, ever since I was born. All right? Well, when you actually feel good inside, you're going to want to amplify that. And that's what happened to me. Clear-cut decisions that led me to wanting to be a better person for myself and for others. Yeah, this feeling of feeling good inside of me, I won't tolerate anything less than that for myself. Why would I want to? And I've had to do a lot of learning and self-exploration and actual research. And I've done it. And I'll tell you, Dr. Joe Dispenza was key to helping me survive it all and getting over who I used to be. And I, up until today, I still listen to him. Because we all need reminders. The same way you got to tell your kids something 10 times for it to even be accepted as a suggestion is the same way you're going to have to rewrite your own brain. But you can do it. Guys, I love you all. Sign up for the Breakthrough Summit. The link is there. If you guys haven't subscribed yet to Love It or Shove It 88 on YouTube, I will be on that TV show today at 2 o'clock. Okay? And yeah, and if you haven't already go and subscribe to my YouTube channel also. You know? Why not? I'm going to start putting out exclusive videos on YouTube that will not be out on Facebook. Because right now I've been just uploading my lives. But no, I'm going to start putting real teaching videos up on my YouTube. So, that's what is going to happen for the upcoming weeks. Anyway, guys, push past any limit that you may face, because they're only limits because you've thought them to be limits. You can get past anything, and you can do anything. There's nothing that you cannot do. So take that word can't right out of your vocabulary. And don't let yourself be pushed to the edge of death to realize what the power of your being is. Like I myself had to. Literally. Because that's facts. I know the point that I had to get to over and over and over again to make the biggest changes of my life. So don't wait until your health is out of control, your life is out of control, you're out of control, before you take little steps. Because it's those little steps at the beginning that make the biggest change for you. But you are going to sit there and tell yourself 1,000,001 excuses why you think you're okay being the way you are. Well, look at your health. Look at your relationships. Look at your friends. Look at what you get every day out of life. Because I highly doubt that you're getting the most out of any of it. Because I know I didn't until I made the changes. Literally. Guys, I love you all, and this is why I do it. Okay? I know the changes that I had to make first-handedly to just stay alive. Well, don't get to the point of destruction to have to rebuild yourself. Because everything is a simple choice. Had I known that it was just a simple choice, well, I would have chosen differently for myself also. But it couldn't be like that because it would have stunted my growth as an individual. And that's why I sit here today with zero regret, appreciating and accepting every life situation, circumstance, or experience I've ever had to live. I regret nothing. Not even the food poisoning I had yesterday. I regret nothing. I'm grateful for it. Literally. Guys, be grateful for everything in your life. Be grateful for you. Be grateful for your life experience. Be grateful for the senses that amplify everything for you. And be grateful for all the people, the great people that you got in your life. All right? I love you all. Get the most out of it. Don't forget, today's episode at 2 o'clock, Love It or Shove It. And guys, go sign up for the Breakthrough Summit. It's going to be quite something. And if it's not me, there will be many other speakers there that might just catch your attention. I love you all. Have a great day. Peace.